Hey, how's it going, guys? Ancient Rune here, back with another Wonderlands build video, and today we are going over Blauncher. Now, this is a rocket launcher build with Blightcaller and Stabbomancer to make the Bladecaller multi-class. Now, launchers haven't really been used much as they were kind of a little underwhelming. Still could work, but not to like my satisfaction, and I know a lot of other people's satisfaction. But now there's a way of doing it with Dots and Spirit Swarm, which is the capstone of Blightcaller, which just does insane damage and pretty good clear. It's not the fastest ever, but it's really fun, and I've been really enjoying it. Shout out to Stone Swan for doing a lot of dot testing and helping with the build. Same with Sen. They are awesome people. Sen helps a lot with my builds, and Stone is like a dot master. He knows everything about dots and status effects, which has helped me a lot with this build and made it even better than it was before. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to like and subscribe. Alright, and for the weapons we use, we want weapons with very high dot damage on our card. So here we have some weapons. We have the Sword Explosion, which has really good dots, and also Torg Stickies will boost dots, which is insane. We have a Bazooka, which is a really good dot, and then a Blue Cake. Head Cannon will also do really well. Here we have a 5 mag one. You probably want like a 4 or 5 mag. I like using a shock, but like any element will work well. Here we want spellcast matching element or this enchant here. While an enemy is damaged by Spirit Swarm or Bog Spirit, they take 20% bonus poison damage from companions. This is a bonus element. Now this will apply to Spirit Swarm because it is a pet. So that is really nice for damage if you have that. Here we use a Twin Soul so we can get Amped and Echo. Amp will boost our dots, so that is very useful to have. It'll be a pure mult because every single amp is multiplicative with other amp, and then just the rest of the formula as well. We go spellcast all damage, just to boost dots more. This isn't used for damage, so all you need is like any type of amp echo. You don't even need an element. Don't need a chaos tier. Just pretty much amp echo, and then the enchant. Here we use 2 enchants that you have a choice from. We have the Wild Health as full enchant for getting conditional damage for our dots, and then we have the Bog Totem enchant with crit chance. Now this crit chance isn't that good, but it is nice to boost up your crit chance some for your dots. Mainly I choose this just because you won't always have your health full up, and you really have to pay attention a lot to gameplay to keep this up, but it's really strong when you do have it. But the crit chance is just something that I found that's kind of fun when you use the Bog Totem. Let's see, I have 8.4 here, but it will go to around 11, maybe 12, I can't remember, with the 2 of the Bog Totems, so that's really nice. Little 3 to 4% increase, and then that'll go up with more, so that'll be really nice. We use a Aegis or a one-shotter shield from BL3. This is the triple part, and shield is really nice. Now, probably 2 parts will work as well, because finding triple amp is really rare. So this is what you'll want is amp, because again, that'll be multiplicative with everything for dots. You could use Body Rune for survivability. This will help keep up the Wild Health is full chant. You will lose a lot of dot damage, but this is here. And then a Shamwai. Before Blightcaller came out, I used this a lot, like as my main shield, because I had to always regen ammo a lot, but now I don't really have to. But this is still nice with a low level body rocker with multiple pellets. You can get your rocket ammo back fast. Just shoot twice with sticky mode and then swap to the launcher, and you'll get like all your launcher ammo back. And then here we have a third. Now this is to get back Bog Totem, or if you want to use Plague Storm or from the Shadows, you can use that as well. It just get our action skill back as fast as possible. Because these action skills have long cooldowns, that's why we don't use action skill start enchants. Here we have another spell cast, but we want to still get back our action skills as fast as possible, so we use this. I don't think I have one, no, but you could also use a Skeep for better survivability, and that also helps the WoW full health is full enchant. And then this helps with getting my action skill back with like my Bog Totems as quick as possible, which is really nice. For the element, you want to match with whatever your main thing is. I like to use Shock because of Soaked, and it's just kind of a good element. So we have that bonus, and then Blightcaller power to boost the stacks, and I don't think it boosts Spirit Swarm, but let me double check. No, it doesn't, but that's fine. It does boost Bog Totem, but this isn't used for damage, so it doesn't really matter. If you do want to use from the Shadows, you could go Stabbomancer power to boost the from the Shadows duration, but I'd rather get the Blightcaller power for the elemental damage. And then here we have an Arcane Bolt with elemental damage at spellcast. I use Cryo. Now this element is important, and I guess that can make a case for Twin Soul. You need to apply a Cryo element in some form for dots. This is for Frostbite for the crit chance, which is again more crits for dots. It's not the most impactful skill, but it's nice and it helps boost it. Spell charge is really nice for spamming it, which is like the main thing you could do. I guess you could get like status chance, like I have on here. Chance probably be best. So spell charge and status chance is what you want. Yeah, that's it there. The I guess the chaos here doesn't really matter too, because this is like all utility, not damage, which is really nice. So a little easier to farm. Here we use a Miasmic Mail. This is probably the optimal route, but you could also go a Amalgam, which would be really nice just for all those stats. But I go Miasmic Mail for dot damage and chance. Ideally, for the skill combo, which is Stabbo Blight, you want 3 exploit their weakness and 2 contagion, but this is just what I have. I go area damage, all damage, and boost speed. Boost speed is just kind of a personal choice, and then it just ends up boosting Swift Death, which I'll explain why I choose that, because it's normally not optimal. Area damage just because we're using Splash, but it doesn't boost the dots. And then all damage is to boost the dots. You could also use an Amnesia, but you would have a hard time keeping it up, and then you can't use your Amp Shield, so you'd have to go like a Body Rune with a lot of damage loss. Here we go, Damon Blight. You could go with Shark's Fang for gun damage and conditional damage. Now, gun damage does not boost status effects, but the conditional damage should. So that's really nice. And then I just have action skill duration to prolong these action skills, because there's nothing much for launches there. Damon Blight will give us staff spec damage and chance and duration, which is really nice. So this is really good to have, and that 50% increase is really, really good. So yeah, that's it for the rings. All right, and for the skill tree, this is kind of like an interesting skill tree, not something I'd normally do. So for your action skill, you have 3 options. You have Bog Totem, Plague Storm, and From the Shadows. Now, From the Shadows may be the best choice. I'm not exactly sure, but I don't like using it because it's so strong. It's such a crazy action skill, so this is just a personal choice. Plague Storm's really fun because you get a lot more clear and it's really useful, but I also like using Bog Totem for utility. Mainly you don't need it, so like for bossing I may use Bog Totem, but like for mobbing I can just use Plague Storm, just for helping clear out areas. Now you'll want to go Virulence, of course, for the dot stuff, Wraith Mail for keeping up the amp shield, and same with amped up. And then because we're keeping our shield up as much as possible, we have Flawless Edge. Now this won't get full bonus a lot because we do have an amp shield, but that's fine. Now we go to Toxicity just to boost if we have a corrosive dot. You could go Geist in the Shell, but I didn't really notice it happening much, and I don't really need fire rate. Worst curse isn't doing anything for me, and then burnt offering doesn't help because of gun damage not boosting dots, and then spell cooldown doesn't matter because of arcane bolt. So we take active decay, which is like usually I don't because this skill kind of sucks. Bog down for the dots. Now the way I activate bog down is either by like plague storm doing its stuff, or using bog totem while holding this sword explosion. So you bring this sword explosion out, bring up bog totem, and then switch to the launcher you want, and then just kind of do stuff like that. And then you can kind of do that per area, and they should last enough. So yeah, that's why I go there for bog down. Frostbite is just for the crit chance. It's not the best, but not the worst. Toxicity for the crit damage, and the Ashes Go cooldown is really nice. Now the crit damage is additive with like strength, which isn't the best, but like there's nothing better you can do. I did try Restore the Veil with a corrupted plate mail, but it didn't really work that well, and that's the main reason why I took corrupted plate mail. So I stopped taking that, and my damage just kind of felt better. And then we have Spirit Swarm. This is our main thing doing damage. This will double dip your dot that you get, so this is a very, very powerful skill. And with launchers having very, very high dots, you end up getting a very, very high damage Spirit Swarm. There should be I think the damage from it is just applying the status effect formula twice, which you can find in the damage formula doc and community resources like in the Discord. So this just makes this really, really strong. Here we have haste for the move speed, just because it's a nice skill. Move speed is also survivability. Potent poisons for the dot stuff. Exploit their weakness for this is a pure Moltar damage. For our skill tree, this is only additive with Wrath of Nature. So this is a really good skill. Now normally Swift Death is terrible to take. You never want to take Swift Death. But because of the build I'm doing, we take it. Gun damage, spell damage, and melee damage do not affect dots. Follow-up doesn't matter because I'm not doing anything for melee. I don't need fire rate or spell damage here because I'm using launchers. Fire rate doesn't matter. If I was using guns that did have like good rate of fire, I'd probably use this. Shadow Step doesn't matter. Sneak attack sucks. So we get Swift Death. Actually, I couldn't even hit sneak attack because of using this to get down here. And then we get elusive, mainly for running gun, but especially the evade chance, which is great for survivability. And then contagion for spreading dots. This still does the stronger dots when it gets over 100% status damage, which is really, really good because this will, if that applies dots, it'll go to Spirit Swarm, just to make Spirit Swarm even stronger. And then here we go, strength for the crit damage, then we go wisdom for status effect, and then we go the rest in skill cooldown. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is a really fun build and shows that launchers can now be used really effectively, unlike before where it felt kind of underwhelming. The save file will be linked down below in the Discord. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.